Okay, the Maverick Boys and Girls Club, very, very important in our community. Donna Sori is here, Executive Director. Angela and Glenn Hedrick with us today. I'm so glad to see you. An author, The History of the Maverick Boys Club. This, I can already tell, looks fabulous. Donna, I want to start with you. We have a contest this evening, and this is a big one. This has to do with literacy.
Absolutely.
First of all, how many kids do you have?
Well, we're still serving about 650 kids a day, and 89% are still below poverty. So they've got three things in common. They've got food insecurities, they're all behind in school, and they are missing a dad in the household. So this is very, very important that we bring literacy, because it's helping with education and it's giving them an opportunity, you know, to get ahead in school. But she is so wonderful because she made pillowcases, hand-sewn pillowcases for our night owls that are in our care until 1 o'clock in the morning. And it went over so well, she said, well, what about the rest of the kids? And we told her, and a couple of months ago, she called and said, we have the rest of the pillowcases.
Oh, my goodness.
So the kids got to pick out a pillowcase that they felt like spoke to their heart and then write a story on behalf of the pillowcase.
Really?
They even made a song about it. And so then they had to write and practice public speaking. So those creative skills and public speaking skills, everything.
It's not easy.
It's her brainchild.
I love that. That's not that doesn't come natural for children. I mean, some kids.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's something that you've really got to work on and takes time. And I feel like you got to kind of teach bravery to kiddos.
Absolutely. A
little bit, you know, to get up and talk. I have a 6th grader that's very like, don't look at me while I talk, but we'll talk your ear off, but don't look at me.
Adults can't even do public speaking.
Right,
you know,
right.
So to see our kids get up in front of a microphone, read something that they wrote on behalf of a pillowcase that doesn't talk.
Right. So how did this become? How did this happen?
I learned about the children that spend the night at the Maverick Club, the 50 children, and it just touched my heart, and so I wanted to make them all a pillowcase. I belong to a group called Silk in Dallas, and we're just a great group of women, and we sew and we give back to the community. And I went to our leader and I said, I'd like to make pillowcases for these children. And she said, how many? And I said, about 650. And she said, let's do it. So we made 781 pillowcases. There was a whole team of us.
Oh.
And we tried to make them all age appropriate for the different age groups that she has. And just wanted it to be special for the children.
But these aren't just like a regular pillowcase. They have design on it, or maybe they have a saying.
They have, they're all.
Give me an example of what.
We have sports, we have colleges, we have military pillowcases.
Cool.
We've got, for the little ones, we've got sailboats and frogs and critters, and then of course fun little things for the girls. But we really tried to make them age appropriate so they weren't too juvenile or too mature.
Sure.
But they're fun and they're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
They'll serve a purpose for the children. So the 50 that spend the night, they all have their own pillowcase, and then they also received another one for them to have at home.
To take home.
And then
So
the extra
cool.
pillowcases are, she has children that come and go, and she may lose some children, and she'll get new ones. And so now she has a surplus of pillowcases so they can
Nobody
receive.
feels left out.
Right.
You know, we
Receive
have
a gift.
extras on hand. So.
That makes all the difference. Having something that's yours and special and something that you love.
Right.
As an adult, I'm like, I love that blanket. That's my favorite
Exactly.
blanket.
Yeah,
You know,
so-
that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So tell me about the history of the Maverick Boys Club. This y'all are kind of a duo here.
Yeah.
A twofer.
I know, I love
That's a
this.
twofer.
I went to the club when I was young and grew up there, worked there, made 75 cents an hour, you know, big dollars. And when I married Angela, she was kind of my, what do you call it? The editor of the book. And so
Nice.
I put it all in there, but it didn't sound well. And she reorganized it to where it's a beautiful book. It tells all about when the Maverick started in '35 and how we went through our directors, what we did at the club. And in the back, there's like 80 biographies of men. They're all men now, old men. And
Older.
But time flies.
Time flies.
I mean, Glenn, it's probably like yesterday, because I mean, that's how I feel when I look back at things, I'm like, that was 30 years ago.
Right.
That was 20, you know,
Yeah.
that was 45 years ago.
And we have stories in there from men that, you know, when I interviewed them for the book, they said, I would be in prison. I would not be here. I'd be in jail. I wouldn't make it. And it was because, similar to today, they didn't have multiple mom and dad in the house or anything.
Sure.
They have one adult. So
Sure.
it's really hard to raise. So we went to the club and we had a father figure, Mr. Dykeman, Mr. Ralph Dykeman.
Yeah.
And he was our figure for a while, and then we had others, and now we got Donna. And there's girls at the club, so
Sure.
it's changed.
Sure. It's listen, the Maverick Boys and Girls Club coming. You're saying started in the 30s?
Yes,
Oh, my
1934.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my
1934.
goodness.
It
So
went, and then in '65 we added a swimming pool.
Oh, that was
And
a big
so
deal.
It was a big
Right.
pool.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Dykeman died around 75, 76, and then they started adding new directors. It changed a little bit. They added girls.
Sure.
It still had the same morals and values. Back then we had sports, mostly sports-related activities.
Right.
We played games in the game room. We used our little dog tags to check things out.
I was going to say, I
Yeah.
see your dog tags
And
on.
so it's similar today. They might not do the sports these days, but they keep all these kids off of the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids would be in trouble. And back in '35, the Globe News interviewed the sheriff and the chief of police and said petty thievery quit in Amarillo because all the kids go to the Maverick Club.
I love it.
Amazing.
I love it.
So
Where can we find this book?
it's on Amazon. You can get a hold of me,
Okay.
and we sell it for $25 or whatever donation you want to give, and I give all the money back to our alumni association.
Oh, it's so
We're
good.
the older people that went to the club that we keep going, and we try to interface with Donna and their board
Oh,
and their
good.
staff, and so.
Listen, this has got some good stories in
Yes.
here. Today, they're having a contest.
yes, yes.
And we want people to, winner will receive one of these books.
Right, because it's a literacy contest. So of course we want our winner to have one of these books.
Sure.
But I just want to say thank you for supporting us and
Sure.
for being a judge on the panel. And
Well,
I don't know
sure.
how you're going to do it because these stories are all so good, Allie. You better come with some help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm ready to go, and I really love it that incorporating so many. There's about 50 good things in this contest, and just really on a daily at the Maverick Boys and Girls Club. So,
Absolutely.
if you want to give to the Maverick Boys and Girls, remember it is a nonprofit.
That's right.
And there's a way that get a hold of Donna and you can get online too. But if you want to give to the Maverick Boys and Girls Club and have it something special to you to give every month, there's a way to do that.
That's right. We have a website. We have a phone number. You can even just come by if you want. Our building is almost 70 years old, so you
Wow.
can't miss it. It's just right there by the interstate. We were built before the interstate. The
I
building
can't
was.
believe it.
So
I can't believe it. Angela and Glenn, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Nice
for
to
having
see
us.
y'all. Very, very cool folks.
Thank you. We'll see you tonight.
Very cool. Not the norm. Not the norm. I just want you
We're
to know.
abnormal.
Thank you.
I love that. I love that. Me too. Well, we're going to talk with Chris and John, the Yellow City Comic Convention. That's next.